Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel English for Intermediate Classes. This is Deepak Kumar Best, lecturer GIC Chorasan. Today we are going to proceed with the first chapter of the book Vistas. The name of the chapter is The Third Label, and the author of the chapter is Jack Finney. First of all, we will talk about the author Jack Finney. Full name Walter Braden Jack Finney was born on October 2, 1911 and died on November 14, 1995, was an American author. His best-known work are science fictions about time travel and aliens, and thrillers, including The Body Snatchers and Time and Again. And The Body of Snatchers was the basis for a 1956 famous film Invasion of the Body Snatchers and further its several remakes. Jack Finney was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin and given the name John Finney. After his father died when Finney was 3 years old, he was renamed Walter Braden Finney in honor of his father, but continued to be known as Jack. He attended Knox College in Galesburg, Illinois, graduating in 1934. He married Margaret Guest, and they had two children, Kenneth and Margaret. After living in New York City and working for an advertising agency, there he moved with his family to California in the early 1950s. He lived in Mill Valley, California and died of pneumonia and emphysema in Green Bay, California at the age of 84. His writing career. He has written 10 very famous novels on the genre of science fiction. Finney's first article, Someone Who Knows Told Me, published in December 1943 issue of Cosmopolitan, reflects the message of the Office of War Information, OWI. Loose Lips Sinks Ships campaign of World War II. As an advertising copywriter, Finney was doing his part in driving home the point that careless remarks by the otherwise patriotic citizen can aid enemy agents, resulting in the death of US servicemen. His story, The Widow's Walk, won a contest sponsored by Ellery Queen's Mystery Magazine in 1946. His first novel, Five Against the House, was published in 1954. It was made into movie the following year. Finney's novel, The Body Snatchers, 1955, was the basis for 1956 movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers and its remakes. Another novel, Assault on a Queen, 1959, became the film Assault on a Queen with Frank Sinatra as the leader of a gang that pulls a daring robbery of the RMS Queen Mary. Finney's greatest success came with his science fiction novel Time and Again, published in 1970. It involves time travel to the past, a theme he has experienced with previously in short stories. Its protagonist, Simon Morley, is working in advertising in New York City when he is recruited for a secret government project to achieve time travel. Instead of using physical machine, the participants steep themselves in the history and culture of a particular time and place, then travel there through hypnosis and self-hypnosis. Morley travels to the New York City of 1882. The novel is notable for Finney's vivid and detailed picture of life in the city at that time, and for the art and photographs supposedly made by the Morley during his experiences, which are reproduced in the pages of the novel. Morley sees many actual historical sites, some now gone, Example, the post office that until 1939 stood in what is now the southern tip of the City Hall Park. And some still existing, example, St. Patrick's Cathedral. Then the tallest building in its Fifth Avenue neighborhood. In 1987, Finney was given the World Fantasy Award for lifetime achievement at the World Fantasy Convention held in Nashville, Tennessee. Finney's story, Such Interesting Neighbors, published in 1951, was the basis for the second episode of science fiction theater entitled Time is Just a Place. It was first broadcast on 16 April 1955. It co-starred Don DeForce and Warren Stevens. It was then published in 1957 in the collection The Third Level by Reinhardt and Company. Later, the story appeared as an episode of the Steven Spielberg created anthology series Amazing Stories, starring Adam Ant and Marcia Strassman. Spielberg's version was first broadcast on 20 March 1987. In 1995, 25 years after Time and Again, Finney published a sequel called From Time to Time, featuring the further adventure of Morley, this time centering on Manhattan in 1912. Finney died at the age of 84 not long after finishing the book. The 1998 television movie The Love Letter, starring Campbell Scott and Jennifer Jason Leigh, is based on Finney's short story of the same name, which appeared in the Saturday Evening Post in 1959. The Third Level, Knox College's science fiction and fantasy publication, is named for Finney's short story, The Third Level, published in the Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction in October 1952. That's it for the biography of the author Jack Finney. Now in the next video, I will describe the summary of the short story, The Third Level. Till then, goodbye and thank you.